Hello and welcome again, guys, to another YouTube video. I just want to say thank you so much for the likes, for the encouragement, and thank you for sharing. And do feel free to go ahead and to share and to like and always leave a comment, guys. These are encouragement for me to continue to make more content. For all my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing and for finding my information useful. For those of you who are just coming across this YouTube channel, my name is Diane Richie Williams and I am a breast cancer survivor. So from my last video, I did promise that I would do a story time and how I found out that I have stage 3 breast cancer. So come along for the ride, guys. Sorry, as we delve into my journey, and it is kind of a bumpy ride, so buckle up. And it is so ironic that I am sharing my journey. I am actually I just reached home from work and I am in a car. So buckle up for the ride. So if I seem a bit sweaty, it's because I am hot. The time is very hot, as you all know. It's summer now. Not officially, but it's summer now. And I don't want to turn on the AC because it will make the video a bit noisy. Okay. So okay, let's start. So on October of 2019, one morning while getting ready to go to the bar that I used to run, while taking a shower, I felt like I wanted to use the toilet. So I was sitting down on the toilet when my hand go like this and I felt a lump right here. So I used my finger and I started to examine it, just as how I'm doing now, and I feel that it felt like a little marble. So I always have my phone in the bathroom with me, so I take up my phone and I call my son grandmother, who we all call Mama. She is like a mother to me. So I call her and I explained to her that I felt a lump and it feel like a little marble. And she said to me that I should go to the doctor and get it checked out. Remember, guys, as I stated in previous video, that my mother passed from breast cancer. So this was kind of a shocking find for me, and I was 33 at the time when I found out that I have breast cancer. So immediately I went to the doctor. I went by Dr. Reddy. If you are in the Clarendon area or if you are familiar with the Clarendon area, there is a Dr. Reddy on Glenmuir Business Center. I went there and he examined me and he said that yes, it does not feel right. So he sent me next door, because next door to Dr. Reddy there is a place there that do all different type of scans. So when I went there, they said they're going to do a ultrasound biopsy on me. That was the very first time I was hearing that name. Ultrasound biopsy is like ultrasound, that not sound right. It's not ultrasound biopsy, it is ultrasound x-ray. You're right. Ultrasound x-ray. It was the very first time I was hearing about an ultrasound x-ray. So an ultrasound x-ray is like when you're doing an ultrasound when you're pregnant and you want to find out the sex of the baby or if the baby is all right. So she take a liquid stuff and she rub it on my breast and she put the thing there, just as how they will do it when a mother goes to do a ultrasound, right? Try not to mix up the name again. So when she put the thing on my breast, then there is a scream there, and on that scream she said that she's seen a lot of lump. Remember guys, I only felt one lump, but when she rubbed the thing all over my breast, she's seen a lot of lump, and she's saying to me, miss, there's a lot of lump there. Some are big, some are small. So shock, disappointment, fear, but run through my mind, but never the thought of me losing my life to this thing as my mother did. All I was thinking about is doing what is necessary for me to get better, because I was only 33. I felt like I didn't live any life as yet. My daughter was in grade 6. She was getting prepared to do her PEP exam. She was relying on me. My family were relying on me and all of that. So I was determined to fight. However, she was recommending me to a place in Kingston for me to go and to get a biopsy, and so that they can determine whether or not it is cancer. If it is cancer, what stage it is, and how to go about treatment plan. So I wasn't willing to go into Kingston. So I went on my phone and I Google and I Google an oncologist or a surgeon in the Clarendon area. I found a surgeon by the name of Dr. Collins. I'm not sure if he still have an office over by Mineralites Plaza. There's a plaza over by Mineralites. However, I made the appointment and I went to see him, and he examined me as well. He looked on the report from the scan that I did from the ultrasound x-ray, right? And then before he started to give me figures and started to tell me about the procedure, I just go right ahead and I tell him, I said, doc, I do not have the money to do the ups and down and the running around and all of that, and the expensive surgery and all of that. I just put everything on the table, and he said to me that even though he have a private practice, he works at the Maypen Hospital. So he gave me a referral to go by the Maypen Hospital. Well, going into the public health system, you know that it is time consuming. It take a lot of time. I don't mean like if you go there for today in the day, like you go in the morning and you not get through till night. No, that is not what I'm talking about. I am talking about going on a clinic, because they wanted to put me on the clinic first. So I am talking about going on the clinic when you have so many persons and they're already waiting. You have persons who are scheduled to do surgery, and remember, you have emergency surgery, you have different surgery from different areas of the hospital. So you know that it is a long waiting process for you to even get an appointment. And this appointment, is not to do the surgery same time. It's for them to assess me and to see what is happening and how to proceed from there. So when I went and with the referral, the first appointment that the clinical surgeons that I see, the first person that I encounter with, he is giving me a date for July of 2020, and that date is not to do the surgery. That date is for me to come back again for them to see when they will give me the date for the surgery. Guys, when you don't have money, you don't have a health card, and you don't have name in Jamaica, it can be a very long and tedious process to recovery. So I said to that surgeon, I said, sir, this date is for July of 2020 and we're still in 2019. I said, sir, my mom passed from this thing, same breast cancer. There's a lot of persons in my family that I know of that die from this. So it is obvious that this is in my genes, and I cannot wait this long for a date for you to for that date to come for you to tell me if and when I will get my surgery done. I said, I am sorry, but I was very blunt. I'm not sure if that is the word, but I was very serious. I was very passionate. I was very adamant, very respectfully. I said, sir, please see what you can do. If there's any other date, sir, please, because I cannot sit down with this thing in my body and I do not know what is happening. And remember, I did not do the mammogram as yet. The mammogram is to find out if it is cancer and if and how far advanced it is. Not to mention a surgical date, the day that I will do the surgery to remove the cancer. So I am looking at that long period of time, and when I explained to him and he saw the passion and the drive in my face, I don't know, but I know that there is a guardian angel. I know that God have a plan for me, and in everything that I went through, I know that it is and it was for God's glory. That is why I have the courage. That is why I am so bold, because generally I am a very shy person. I don't talk a lot. Only if I know you and I am comfortable around you, I will do a lot of talking. Generally, I am a very shy and reserved person. But the Lord have given me the boldness and the strength to share my story, because I know that there's a lot of person out there that may be going through the same thing or have someone who are going through the same thing or even similar. So that is why I choose to share my experience. So he said okay, and he gave me a date to come back and do the mammogram. October. No, it was October. November, right? November. So remember, it's moved from July. It moved from July to November. So sometimes, guys, you don't have to be disrespectful. You just have to be honest, and you just have to just speak up. Because sometimes if we don't speak up, when we go to the doctor and the doctor said to us that listen, this is that, we just take what the doctor said and we just go home. And sometimes when we go home, then we question it and we said, but this could have and we should have, and we could have asked a question, but we didn't, and we don't know what we are going through, we don't know what we are dealing with. We just take what the doctor said and that's it. I am not saying that if the doctor say them fully book and all that, I lie them I tell, but sometimes there is a slot, or sometimes they can make an adjustment, because in the hospital they do not consider a cancer patient case as critical. So if you have a surgery to do in the theater and an accident, a gunshot, or anything that they deem emergency, your case will be pushed back and continually pushed back. So you could be on that waiting list for months, even here, because if every time you are scheduled to go to the theater there is an emergency, best believe that you will have to be the one that is going to wait. Even if you are already prepped for surgery and an emergency come in, you will have to wait, because they do not deem cancer as emergency. Although it is life-threatening, in that moment you are not dying, so they do not consider it life-threatening. So long and short of the story, I did go and do the mammogram, and after the mammogram, well, let me give you the mammogram experience. So on the day of the mammogram, went to the theater. They said to me that they're not going to give me any injection. Normally you go to one little surgery. Sometimes they would give you one little not sure if I epidermy, I'm sure. Remember, I'm not a medical student. I don't remember exactly what the name of the injection is, but they would give you an injection that will make you sleepy, or they will give you something to deaden the area. So then give me an injection in the breast, and they say that it is to deaden the area, and they wouldn't put me to sleep. So they put me to lay down, and they kind of block off ear. So I am laying down and they block off ear. So me can't see nothing. We are going down here. But they say that them deaden the area, so me not gonna feel no pain. People, no deaden. You see, if it deaden, that they no, me no know. Me have too much feelings. But guys, I felt every cut. I don't know if it is one cut or two cut, but I felt the cut when he draw the razor from here to here. I feel it. Not only that, you have something like a torch. Like, them guys when they're doing welding and with the fire and whatever. So I have it a burn through my skin, through my breast, and me feel everything. Me smell my skin a burn, and me feel when the man pushing hand down in my breast, because he make a big enough hole so that his hand could fit inside my breast. Take out the lump, take out the lumps, because there were more than one. The lumps, and I feel when he cut them, and I got a clips, 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 and he cut them and he dropped them into a jar, because after the procedure, he showed me every one of the lumps that he removed from my breast and my armpit, because it has spread to my armpit, my lymph nodes. It has spread to my armpit. So I felt everyone and I see everyone. And guys, it is not to scare anyone, but I strongly believe that if you're going to do a biopsy, I think it's best to put the person to sleep, because that experience alone is traumatic. And maybe they didn't put me to sleep, as I said before, because all of this, I believe, is it's an experience for me to share. I just felt like it was something that I have to go through. So it was horrible. It was horrible. I feel a lot of pain. And after that, now I was able to leave, and the nurse was saying to me, say, Miss, I know that you're feeling a lot of pain, and I know that it was very discomforting for you, but look, there's a lot of persons still sleeping and you get to go home. That is the only upside about it, because maybe if I was asleep, I would be still sleeping. I want to get to go home so quickly or whatever. So, well, I got back the result quickly, because I pay for the results to send to a private lab. So I pay for that. So I get back the result quickly. So the doctor called me in for the result. And this was a different surgeon. This surgeon will now become my doctor. Even until today, he is still my doctor. He's still a surgeon at the Maypen Hospital. So when he called me in for the result, I was alone at this time going for the result. My boyfriend at the time, now husband, he wasn't with me. So I went for the result, and he said that, Miss Richie, have a seat. I already knew in the back of my head what the results were, because it can't be normal for they to take out so many lumps out of my breast for it not to be cancer. It have to be cancer. So I was mentally prepared for the news. So when he said to me that, I'm sorry, Mr. Richie, but it is cancer, I said, that's okay. I kind of prepare myself for it. And given the history of my mom and everyone else, I kind of prepare myself for it. So what next? And he said that he liked my drive, he liked my spirit, and he's going to recommend me to the Hope Institute, because he know of a good oncologist there. So he's going to recommend me there. So, but before that, he's going to do the surgery, and he's give me a date. He said he's going to give me an early date, and he give me a date for January 20, 2020. And yeah, that was it. So my surgery date now, guys, before I get to my surgery date, remember I was a bartender and I have cancer. I was going back to the bar, doing my own thing, living my life, thinking that January coming, I will do my surgery. After a few days or months, I will be back in my bar and all will be well. But God have another plan. So 2020 December, I was doing it was New Year's Eve. Yes, New Year's Eve. I was cooking some food out by the bar, having some friend over, eating, drinking, having a good time, and the Lord visited me. I have an encounter with the Lord, and I decided that this is it. I have to run for my life. So I said to everyone there, come pack up. I have to go. I am going to a church and I am going to get baptized. Everyone thought that I was crazy, but I know what was happening. Couldn't explain it, but I know what was happening. So I wasn't living far from where the bar was. So I leave, come home, get some clothes, and I decided that I was going to church and I was going to get baptized. Went to the church, spoken with the pastor, tell him that I have to get baptized tonight. However, long and short of the story, I did get baptized. I was the only one that get baptized that night, January, because the new year have already ringing. So it was January 1st, 2020. 19 days from that, I will be doing my surgery. So got baptized, came back home with my boyfriend. We are together. We are still sleeping in the same bed, but not do the hanky panky because I'm afraid of God and the fear of him was on my life and how he called me. So couple days from then, my boyfriend asked me to be his wife. 16 days after me getting baptized, we got married. We just go back to the church to the same pastor, nothing big. We got married. 4 days from that, I was in the hospital doing my surgery. My husband said that he will not be coming into the hospital